Radu Albot of Moldova starts this match.
Let's pass up.
Wow.
I'll take it back. He is the most dangerous player I've ever seen.
15 love.
Radu Albot comes out and just takes the first ball that he possibly can early, rips it, comes in, and looks like he's been at the net his whole life. He did manage to cramp up Shintaro Mochizuki. He was down 3-love in the final set, and Shintaro started cramping. That's how, in just 2.5 sets, it was humid, but the rallies were long and physical.
First game.
And as you were suggesting, just 109 for Albot, and that is on the serve alone. Of course, off the ground as well. Novak's got a big advantage there too, so it's a good little guy against a good big guy.
There's the need that he hurt at the French Open, and after a couple of days it was decided that he could have some minor surgery to correct it. 3 weeks later he was at Wimbledon and got himself all the way to the final before Carlos Alcaraz got him. And then a few weeks later at the Olympics, the red clay of Paris, it was the server who got Alcaraz and got the gold.
30 love.
If you're Albot, you got to take away that second serve. Djokovic likes in the ad court to go big-ish to the tee on second serves. It's interesting, Mary, you can help me with this because I'm speaking from the hip, but it seems as though some of the players that went to Paris for the Olympics, when they came back to the tour, were having a little bit of trouble with their game. Coco, Gauff, Tommy Paul had been playing so well. And
Fritz, Taylor Fritz.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I, we were calling the Olympics. At the end of 9 days, not one American woman won a medal.
That was shocking.
That's no kidding. Taylor Fritz and Tommy Paul medaled in the doubles.
1 game all for set.
Hard-earned medal, I should say.
Austin Krajicek and Rajiv Ram as well.
That's right. They came good.
So the reason I brought that up is because we haven't seen Djokovic since Paris.
Exactly.
And is he going to struggle?
Why do I think he's not going to?
Well, all three of us seem to think he's not going to struggle, but early on he has made a couple of errors. And Albot's done a pretty good job in court position. He's not really being backed up much, at least on his own serve.
30 love.
Just from a conditions point of view down here with the roof closed, it's probably worth reiterating that. And it feels so humid down here, more so than when the roof is open, even if it's a warm day.
Let for serve.
Can't believe how close it feels. And it really hit me when I walked into the stadium just prior to the match. So, the balls are going to fluff up, I think, a little bit more than what we're accustomed to seeing.
40 love.
And who likes it fluffier, Robbie?
I'm just trying to work that through in my head. I think it'll probably favor Albot if he could choose.
Okay. The fluff factor goes
Yeah.
to the server.
I like to call it the frizz factor.
Game Albot.
He's got a nice energy to him, doesn't he? Sprinting to the chair,
There
holding
is
serve a couple.
I was actually having a look at Novak's record at the majors against players 5'10" or smaller. And
That's some outstanding research, Robbie. Let me have it.
he's 22-2, Mary.
Wow. Okay.
well, wait, who got him?
I'm getting there, Jimmy.
All right.
I've got to let it build.
I'm all in.
Well, I tell you what, before I answer that,
50
Oh, look at now he's
it was the
really
first
keeping us in
two
suspense.
in his career that he lost.
Ah,
So he's
okay.
basically on a 20-match win streak against guys 5'10" and shorter, but
So is Ollie Rokas.
no.
30
That was a very
50.
good clay quarter. Very good.
Okay, now he's really going to drag this out for the entire opening set, isn't it?
And the other guy was a Frenchman with a very good serve.
That's hard to believe.
You want
Under
viewers?
five.
You want viewers to call in and make their guesses, Robbie?
Under 5'10", but a very good serve.
Yeah.
Is an interesting. Is that Grosjean?
Yes, it is. You see, you know your stuff.
That's Camp Djokovic. That's how many tennis majors he's won.
Game
24.
Djokovic.
He'd like a slightly larger shoe after these 2 weeks. Size 25. All right.
games
Well,
all.
who's the other one?
Guillermo Correa. Got him on the clay at Roland Garros. Those were his first two that he lost. Since then, undefeated.
All right, I expect Djokovic to put returns in this game.
Okay.
And we'll see how Albot handles that. But I could be wrong. I'm underestimating the serve of
Yeah.
Radu Albot, the 113.
15 all.
I can tell you, after the first point, his physical trainer, Milena Manovic, had a word with him. There was a brief conversation between the two. I'm always interested who some of the instructions come from in the Djokovic camp. It's not always the coach.
Whatever he told him, it
15.
made him make some returns, because he's just made 3 in a row and he's got himself a couple of break chances.
Djokovic leads.
First set, 3-2, Novak. From Moldova. And he didn't have an awful lot of financial support, no staff support, nothing, he says. You know, you're doing it all yourself. Moldova's one of the poorest countries in Eastern Europe. Used to be part of the Soviet Republic. It's right in between Romania and Ukraine. And after the Soviet Union collapsed, it became an independent republic in 1991. He grew up playing on wooden tennis courts. That's a slick surface for tennis.
That actually makes sense on why he doesn't have as much power, because he's accustomed to the ball shooting at him. So you just are redirecting in that situation. That's what you're growing up doing and practicing. He does redirect really well.
And what else, Robbie? They're famous for their wine. It's his father who told him he could be a good tennis player, but you know, he grew up. There wasn't a Pete Sampras before him, and Andre Agassi, like not like in this country. So he had to pretty much chart his own course. Got into the top 40 back in 2019. He's playing here at 138.
40-30.
And what a difference if you got a wife and a kid and you qualify for this tournament.
100 grand.
100 grand.
Game Djokovic. Djokovic leads by 4-2 first set.
Okay, what do we suspect that means?
I mean, it looked like he said, "You're talking too much. Quiet down." I mean, at the moment, Albot started the first 2 service games playing really well. He's starting to make unforced errors. And if you're Albot with 1 winner,
Yeah.
your job is to quit making unforced errors. He's just made his
Love
mind.
it.
That 1 winner was the first point at the net.
It was. I told you. Remember, I said that's. I stand to.
This guy's a Monday morning
Corrected.
quarterback, this guy.
Lovely.
And I just wonder if that's a little bit of the depth perception playing on such a big court, because he's hit that smash on the throat.
Yeah, I agree, because he was there fairly comfortably. Is that in? That mark they just saw. That's what Djokovic is saying. The mark looked like it was on the service line, but wide.
Jimmy, I actually thought it was inside the line, so I can only imagine what a nightmare it must have been like to play against you when there was no electronic line calling.
Well, I didn't get to call my own lines enough, or I would have been #1. That was an example of what I thought we were going to see coming in this match. Djokovic in control. Albot doing his best to counter attack, counter punch. But it really hasn't been the case, as Albot's tried to play aggressively and made more errors than he needs to, especially because Djokovic isn't yet sharp.
Boy, those returns are so good, and you know how deeply Djokovic returns. This guy's going to get robbed of time on his first shot after his serve. Look how deep those returns are.
And that is what hasn't been happening. It's almost as if Albot should hit the serve a little slower. He had 2 great serves. That was 116. That's his fastest serve, and all that it did was give him less time to get ready for the next shot. Albot's listening. He threw in the 98 mile an hour for a serve. Go. Hit the body a little more.
That was the voice of Milan Emanovich again, giving him instructions, guys, from the opposite side of the court.
Some shot. Emanovich is the physio, and when Goran Ivanisevic left the team, he explained that it was often Emanovich who conveyed the advice because his voice carries better. My friend Anna just reminded me of that.
Curious what he's saying. Does Robbie not know Serbian?
But that's pretty cool, right? You have a spokesman in the box.
Yeah, with a voice that carries.
Exactly. I like that.
Game Djokovic. New ball, please. Ball
5-2 now, opening set.
Djokovic
Night one.
leads by 5 games to 2
The 2024 U.S. Open.
Pre-tournament press conference, didn't he, Mary? The desire is still there.
Goran Ivanisevic explained that it was difficult being in the box for Djokovic for all the years he was, because within a few seconds, Djokovic wants you to explain 15 different things. It's just, he could be tough on them. .10-14 on this Monday night in New York. No one's left.
Just can't set if you're Albot. That's what Andy Roddick obviously is saying.
I believe, Jimmy, that you guessed what you assumed this score would be tonight. Did you say that that first set was going to be 6-2? I believe you did.
I think I might have, yeah. I think it was mostly 2s and 3s in there.
Yeah. He could have done a bunch of different things. Yeah, and he knows it.
Use.
I would have loved to have that gone over because Albot read it. He was zipping forward, which might have helped him miss that drop shot. He saw that Albot was going to make a good run, and he had to make the drop shot perfect. Djokovic is serving subpar. He's at 39% first serve percentage. He's missing returns. good news for him is he's still up 5-2. There is a break chance for Albot.
Let Fasser.
Watch out for the second serve tee.
Let's go.
I told you. He didn't listen.
Use.
Okay, now go center or his forehand. That's it. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Advantage, Albot.
Squeaking around the court until that last shot. Cold winner.
Use.
Did he have that look, Robbie? Do you remember the look that you'd see in Novak's eyes when it was break point and you could see that I'm not going to miss in this point? Did he have that look?
The hard eye.
Yeah.
This was a frustrated look on the backhand. It's like, why am I still playing this game? And he absolutely gripped it and ripped it. He wasn't sticking around for too long. It wasn't that lockdown mode.
Advantage, Djokovic.
I like when he hits those like angry winners, you know.
Well,
he
what's interesting is when I think of Djokovic, you don't think of him as a power player necessarily.
Yeah. But you could be wrong.
Damage was
Player in that last game, at least those
By
couple
6 games
points.
6-2 opening set for Novak Djokovic. Come on. So smart. That's a nice construction, isn't it? Didn't you play Mats
15
a bunch of times, Jimmy?
Well, yeah, I played him 5 times. I think I won the first set 5 times. So obviously he was saying, well, I only have to play this well against Arias. And then I would win the set, and then he would start playing better. And eventually hit it so deep that I couldn't hit a winner against him any longer. And he won every time. Albot looks, after the first 2 points, like he thought about what we were talking about and decided he's going to try to play solidly. First point was a very long rally, and he ended up getting a short ball winning the point. That time he was playing down the center, and he did get bullied. My vision of him is relentless depth to where, and because his movement has always been so incredible, there's nowhere to go. There's no way to finish points against him. I know he has power. I know he can hit through the court, but often in big moments, it just felt as though he's locked down. I'm going to go deep, and good luck trying to win a point against me.
Tie-break tennis.
Yeah. Great stuff from Albot there to stay in this point. Beautiful defensive lob, and he got to the one maybe only weakness for Novak Djokovic. His overhead isn't as good as any other part of his game. That's the one shot that he's not perfect with. Tough to make that the strategy. I'm going to beat him by giving him lobs.
Advantage, Albot.
TV flattens that out.
Advantage.
You can't appreciate it as much.
Let it rip, man. Let it rip. Come on. That's time. Go.
I think the stadium's got bigger.
Ben, he's asking for something, and it looks as though sweat is what's bothering him.
Ivan Lendl was a famous sawdust meister.
It just kept it in his pocket before every point.
Yeah.
It's part of the routine.
Let second serve. 30 love.
First Moldovan to win an ATP singles title. Another miss from Djokovic, who's already had 3 double faults, no aces, and is serving in the low 40s.
4 double faults now. After that last one.
Yeah. And 3 aces. Totally misread.
40-30.
Boy, it's weird that he's in the 40s, huh?
Yeah, no, the rhythm on serve is off. The only serve that he's hitting reasonably well is second serve in the ad court down the tee. He'll go for that one, and for some reason, that's the one that the rhythm comes together. But the rest of his service games have not been pretty from that standpoint.
It looks like his toss is a little low.
Robbie, you're down there. Go ahead and tell him. Mary says toss is a little low.
Yeah, you'd appreciate that remark. Thanks, Robert. That's good to know. Absolutely.
15 love.
It's about time, in my opinion.
Now that I'm not playing, yes.
Okay.
100%. Let them roam.
Well, they can't roam during the
I
points,
know.
but after every game, they should be able to
Yes.
find their seats.
I think Albot just needs, Djokovic needs sawdust. He's sweating. He's not making serves. He's missing some returns. Don't give him that kind of free point where you're trying it on the rise, down the line as hard as you can. The touch isn't quite there. There's doesn't miss drop shots on the backhand very often. He did earlier in the match. Recognize it. It's Djokovic, if he's ever vulnerable, is slightly vulnerable right now. I can live with losing that kind of play. Even though he could have maybe done a little better off the drop shot. He fought off a couple of great balls that Djokovic hit right up on the baseline.
That is a filthy forehand return.
This serve barely bounced. And clobbered it cross court.
Okay, I think he mistimed it. Let's see.
He hit it very early.
Yes.
Very early. You know, one of those ones where you catch it earlier than what you want.
Oh, yeah.
You're right. Good shot.
Djokovic leads 5-1, second set, and by 1 set.
So this is the first hard court match Djokovic has played since he hurt that knee. Right? Because he played at Wimbledon, and then he practiced on and won the gold in Paris.
Every point, come on.
Plenty of good speed from the Moldovan here.
Novak hasn't played on a hard court since March 4th when he lost to Luca Nardi in Indian Wells in the second round, who was 123 at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, and we know that he missed a couple of practices last week. He said there was soreness. There is no rougher surface on your joints.
Take a look at this move after this backhand. Don't like seeing Djokovic losing balance that way. Don't see it very often. Beautiful defense this time from Radu Albot. Got a little help with the approach, clipping the top of the tape, sitting it up nicely.
Just a reminder, you can go to usopen.org to catch up on all the stories, all the stats, and the updated draws. Official tournament site is usopen.org.
Well, this is a strange little walkabout we're having from Djokovic. We did see a match already tonight. 6-0, 3-0 double break for Sloane Stephens. You would have thought at that point that the match will be over in 5 or 10 minutes. Instead, she lost. Wow. Somehow I don't think that's going to happen again tonight to Novak, but Albot making a little push here, despite that incredible return you just saw.
Yeah, this feels like the first little bit of momentum he's had in the match. Just to try and ride that wave as long as he can.
Well, now from 40 love to 40-30, that wave will crash on him if he does not find a way to win this point.
Go for it, man. You can have it. Come on.
Uh-oh.
You can't give away two basic mistakes like that, can you? Basic backhand slice in the net. And, you know, for somebody of his caliber, that's a routine forehand. You've got to take the net out of play, at least on one of them.
It's one of the problems of being 5'9" and not having a huge serve is even 40 love isn't completely safe on your serve because you don't normally get many free points. You have to win a rally.
Game Djokovic.
That's some comeback and another break.
Djokovic leads.
Puts
5-3 against the
Djokovic
second
ahead in the
set,
second
and
set
5-1
again.
To get some atmosphere.
That's really true, isn't it? That includes the guy who's about to return serve. Still serving in the low 40s, Jimmy?
Yep, he's at 41%, but 46% in this set. It's getting better. Having said that, he was broken. Djokovic is often pretty successful when he serves and volleys, but against Albot, he does such a good job of dumping the return. He's done it a couple of times now, and then he's very quick. You can't get him with a little drop volley.
Yeah, he's forcing Djokovic to volley up.
Serve. Yeah.
It's good stuff from Albot. And I remember you said it was 20 of 22 at the net for Djokovic now. Tail end of that second set. He's such a massive turning point in the match that.
Just to give you a little contrast, he's 3 of 9 today when he's come in. Because Albot, the thing, Albot doesn't, for a guy that you think of as a defender, he defends not that far back. He doesn't mind taking it early.
Still getting over the fact that Robbie listens to you so carefully.
I'm sort of amazed at that as well. I paid him to say it, but
I mean, that's impressive.
Game Djokovic. Djokovic leads by 4 against the 2, second set.
I do think the ball toss of Novak does get quite far in front of him, and it feels that way for me this evening, just watching him side on. Wonder if that's contributing to the inconsistencies with the first serve tonight.
Robbie, I actually took a video from courtside of Djokovic serving.
When was it?
About 3 years ago here.
Yep.
Because I couldn't understand why his serve was 123, 124 miles an hour, and guys were never making the return and weren't reacting to it.
Yep.
And he landed 3 or 4 feet inside the baseline. So far in that it's almost hard to believe he can recover back from there. Just made me realize 123 miles an hour, 3 feet closer is equal to 135 or something along those lines.
There's so many hidden nuances that often the average tennis player doesn't see, so it explains it so well. You know, the effect of depth versus power. We often see that Hawkeye analysis piece of balls traveling at the same speed, but one that bounces, you know, 2 or 3 meters shorter than another one. And how much longer it takes for that ball that lands shorter to get to the baseline versus the one that stays in the air so much longer, right?
And that's where another example of that return from Djokovic, that there he was saying that just got back to Albot as he was finishing his motion. It lands right up on the baseline.
And then the other Hawkeye analysis piece I like even further to that is when you have one ball that's struck, a ground stroke that's struck significantly faster than another one but lands shorter, but still arrives at the baseline sometimes even later than the one that struck deeper and at a slower pace.
Djokovic leads by 5 games to 2 second set and by 1 set.
Your job is to try to hit the ball as if we're feeding it to you perfectly. The only way to do that is to get your feet there. And Djokovic does it well. Alcaraz does it well. Sinner, they do it better than anybody, those 3 players. It's the reason they're the 3 best right now.
Having a laugh as Radu Albot because Novak was waiting for it. He anticipated it. He had so much time on the shot. Albot thought he was just about to outsmart Djokovic, but
yeah, with the little soft inside-out angle, it wasn't interesting. I was shocked when I saw Djokovic standing there.
Yep.
That was a good example, Robbie, of the lack of balance from Djokovic. When he's played nervously throughout his career, if you remember the U.S. Open where he was going for the Grand Slam, winning all 4 majors, he was off balance often in that tournament because when he gets nervous, his body starts moving around.
Game and second set. Djokovic. By 6 games to 2. Djokovic leads by 2 sets to 0. New balance, please.
Jeez. Yeah, he does.
He's 8 of 10 in the match when he gets it. Just go ahead and come in. That approach was from too far back. I didn't think there's any chance for him to even look where he was when he started this. But he stuck the volley beautifully.
It helped that he was too far back for the first volley because it helped him with the smash.
That's a good point. He had my idea. He was just going to come running in there. First step, however, is make the approach.
First game, third set.
Madison Keys, 6'4", 6'1" today. Linkobanova, 6'1", 6'1". And again, Azarenka getting through 6'1" in the third. Harriet Dart, she had a win today easily.
Love it.
I see what you mean, Robbie, when you talked about it. I know the toss is in front, but it's almost as if his body is leaning over too much as well. You still want to have some weight on your back leg as you push up and in.
You think he's protecting his back leg?
Maybe.
15-30.
6 double faults.
Yeah.
He's played 3 points in this set. He's already hit 2 doubles.
I remember teaching a kid.
30.
Saying to him, you're hitting off your back leg. And he was a little kid. He said, he looked down and said, I have a back leg. I'm guessing he doesn't play tennis anymore. I don't think I did him much good. I confused him.
Yeah, thinks he's got a few extra limbs.
40-30. Game, Djokovic. 1 game all, third set.
Riley Opelka, the American who's pretty much missed the last 2 years with injuries. Opelka lost to Lorenzo Musetti, 7-5 in the fourth.
Nice to see Opelka back.
15 love.
And
Ladies
see
and gentlemen,
discussed
please
again
refrain
from
from calling during the rally as it's a disturbance for the players. Thank you.
What was that exactly, Rami? Someone called out? Didn't really hear it. Often I do.
Got to be happy with that. He's been passed a couple of times tonight.
15 all.
Djokovic finally made a drop shot. Something he normally does really well.
15-30.
This one I thought might be going wide,
Yeah.
but not sure.
Radu!
Unforced error for Djokovic. No.
30-40.
Proud he is of himself.
There were some great shots throughout that point.
No question.
That one, he missed time just enough to give Djokovic a chance, popped it off, and then got a good giggle.
Kind of a fun game, isn't it?
Advantage, Djokovic.
That wasn't an easy volley. He put it beautifully back deep down the line. Well, I mean, I don't think his volley is. It's defensive in some ways. He doesn't stick the volley very often. I feel like he covers the net really well. In the end, it's effective. As long as it's low and short, yeah, I agree with you. Sometimes his volley has some depth and height to it, to me, when I've seen him, but he then covers the net shot well. Furious, Djokovic, right now. He's just squandered another break chance. He's broken 5 times today, but he has had 12 chances.
Impressive stuff, wasn't it? 34-year-old Moldovan, Radu Albot.
Love 15. Fifteen all.
Find a way. Come on. Find a way. Let's go. Come on. Come on, Radu. You got 1 second. Let's go. Come on. Let's swap.
Roger Federer won 5 in a row.
That is
15.
pretty surprising, actually. Not that Federer won 5 in a row necessarily, but that no one's defended it since then.
Yeah. And that Federer didn't win it after that. And after that, Nadal and Djokovic won it 4 times.
15.
The last player, yeah, certainly had back-to-backs. Ed Berg among them, more recent than Eddie. Sampras.
I'm thinking. It wasn't Sampras. He never won back-to-back. Yeah. Pat Rafter.
Ooh, nice call. Another blow.
Yeah, he was. I did have a little hit, and they were pretty quicker than I remember for the last few years.
After his 8th double, an ace from Djokovic, game point. Now he's got 8 of them.
I mean, just his second service game in the set, he has 4 doubles. 2 in each game. Yeah, it's hard to get out of your service games when that's the number. And the only serve he seems to like is the T serve right here in the ad. Should have gone for it. He tried to hit a regulation second serve and another double. Remember, there was a year or two when Djokovic's serve went off the boil, and that shows you how great he was. He was still winning a lot of matches. The reason I bring it up is you don't want to put the yips back into your head in this match. This is as many doubles as he's hit in a few years, it seems, in a match.
I wonder if it's the load on his back foot that he's trying to protect.
Advantage, Djokovic.
It seems like he rushes through it a little bit down there. Let's have a look.
Fight. Get to 4 all, man. Let's go, man. Come on.
Another reminder to use usopen.org for the official shop, for all the social you can find, Facebook, Instagram. Go to #USOpen.
Feel as though this might be a difficult game for Albot. He did win the first point, which is helpful. Djokovic looked a little bit more locked down in that point. He ended up making another unforced error. His 33rd.
Radu, next point, come on. Allez, let's go. Radu.
Not accustomed to seeing Djokovic not run after a ball that wasn't hit that hard. Completely fooled on the direction, obviously, but it's almost a sight I've never seen.
Come on, next point, come on. Go, Radu, come on, man. Let's go.
The depth.
I guess I was wrong because I thought that was a perfect opportunity. A break point. He made a nice return and a very wayward backhand from Djokovic. Still not quite in lockdown.
Advantage, Djokovic.
Radu.
Such a strange looking forehand from Djokovic, middle of the net. Didn't get the height Robbie was talking about when he was trying to shake that one down the line.
Make it happen then. Make it happen.
Left for serve. Advantage, Albot.
Make it happen then. Let's go. Come on.
Stayed there. Oh, that's too good.
Game Albot.
Another tough hole from Radu Albot, the 34-year-old
Albot
Moldovan.
leads.
On serve at the third.
The stoic box right now for Novak.
Novak and his team seem to be stressful tonight. It's 10 doubles.
40-50.
6 in this set in his third service game. He's averaging 2 doubles a game. And still hasn't been broken in this set, and still hasn't had a break chance against him.
Game Three games all, that's it.
Oh, wow.
The lesson in that point is don't get cute with Djokovic. He played such brilliant shots. Not just rip it to the open court, but he tried to just steer it behind him. Djokovic wasn't falling for it.
Shot again in this game.
He did, although I think he's certainly feeling the pressure of all of a sudden Djokovic is in that mode.
Yeah, you're bang on, Jimmy.
Yeah, he's hitting the ball with depth, power, side to side. This time at least the drop shot found the court, which is something he's struggled with feel-wise. Second ace of the match. That's what he's got to do to hit aces. He's got to hit 1 millimeter of the line. Don't know if he can make a living out of that in the next 2 points.
I think it's difficult. I mean, Jimmy, did you play with those 65 square-inch wooden rackets back in the day?
I did. And I had, I don't know if it was semi-Western, but pretty close. Not full.
Yep. I mean, if anybody's qualified to speak, it's you.
I mean, I did swing as hard as I could with those wood rackets and get some spin back in the day.
Yes, you did.
When you walk around the player lounge and the player areas here, you cannot believe how big the average tennis player is these days. I think for me that's one of the most notable things as well. I mean, minimum 6'2", 6'3".
Just when I think Djokovic is going to start feeling it. Played a great break game. He makes an error and immediately shows his disgust. pair 37. Maybe I need to give Djokovic's volley a little more love.
I think it's right up there with the best. I think it's outstanding.
Disgusted because he's covering the drop shot so well. Normally people struggle to read Djokovic's drop shot, but look at, he got to this with plenty of time to maybe do something.
But it goes back to your point, Jimmy, about how well Novak covers the spaces in the forecourt.
Yes, there's no question. You feel it squeezed.
Yes. And that is such a big part of, I think, being a good volleyer, is the number of points you win like that.
Robbie, quiet down.
Djokovic will serve for the match now. What do you think he'd give himself?
And I'd actually go the opposite. I think he'd go a 3.6. I don't think he's happy with it. Any part of his game really today. I mean, I could be wrong. He's had moments.
I mean, first hardcourt match since March.
Now we're just giving him reasons for being a 3.6.
Oh, oh okay.
It's just that two most important things in tennis in today's game is serve and return.
Thank you very much.
And he's done both of them subpar for him.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
I still think 3.6 is a bit
No,
more.
that's harsh, but that's what I think he would grade himself.
Yeah.
That was what I thought the question was.
Yeah,
I think he would grade
that was
himself
my
very
question.
low.
Right.
We've just had about 20 people rush down from the gangway behind me as they all come to look for autographs as this match comes to its end, folks.
Did you not see the match right before this? This is right when it all turned around.
But here's match point.
40-15. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
The start, incredible comeback. That return. Still an on-court.
Thank you.
Just before
Six to love,
midnight
6-2,
on
6-2,
night
6-1.
one of the U.S. Open.
Don't come here.
Nothing left to prove, really, for Novak Djokovic. He's won everything he can possibly win. I know he needs one more major to make sure that there's no one that has a record that he doesn't have.
Right. Get past Margaret Court.
Yeah.
You see James Blake waiting there for Novak Djokovic.
It was a nice draw, really, for Djokovic because, as we were saying, Albot, a solid player, makes shots, doesn't have a big serve, can't really overpower you if you're a little bit off, so it gave Djokovic plenty of time to try to find his game. And he's going to go back to the drawing board a little bit on the serve for Radu Albot. Nice that he qualified. Again, he's a player that is at that one moment that Robbie was talking about, one Delray Beach, got himself inside the top 40 in the world, but has spent most of his career in that 80 to 100 range. It's for him to have been able to play a night match in Ash.
No kidding. Is it qualifier from qualifying to playing the all-time best?
Novak not in a huge hurry.
No.
Even though it's midnight.
No, yeah, he's packing. He's, you know. But I do like the gold bags. Why not? The gold medalist. Very, very nice. He's got to put on his watch. And here he comes with James Blake.
Novak, seems like every time you step on the court these days, you're setting new records. I don't know if you even know about this one, but you are now the all-time winningest male player on this court. How does it feel to play on this court so often and to be so effective here?
I mean, thank you. I was not aware of it, to be honest with you. I didn't get a chance to see the video. I was too late, but thank you. Thank you very much. It's the biggest stadium, definitely the loudest stadium that we have in the history of our sport. And the night sessions are best in the world here in Arthur Ashe. Ever since the roof was introduced, I think it became even louder. Electric atmosphere, incredible energy, you know, and obviously with some new rules of this year that the crowd is able to move around, you know, there's a lot of things happening on the court, and we are clocking the midnight right now. You know, I love playing night sessions, but maybe not this late, but nevertheless, it was a great fun, and I want to thank everybody for staying in. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
We'll try to wrap this up quickly. Just one more question. Part of that record is the longevity. 37 years old, you look like you're moving like you're 21 years old. How do you do this for this long?
There's not one, I guess, word or secret that would probably describe it all. I think it's just a way of life, you know, a way to approach my professional tennis career. I was fortunate early on in my life to really be surrounded with some very knowledgeable, passionate people that were kind enough to share their guidance with me, you know, for years. That taught me very early on that, you know, prevention equals longevity. So stretching, warm up, everything that I do early on in my life will, you know, will come back to me later on in the career. And, you know, obviously the body is one part, the, you know, the mentality, I guess, the emotional, mental aspect is something on the other side. You know, you got to find the optimal balance between the two, and I'm still enjoying myself to compete. I'm very self-critical on the court, at times very frustrated, but you know, in the end of the day, this sport gave me so much, and me continuing to play, and I guess giving 100% every time I step out on the court is, you know, paying back to this wonderful sport.
Well, these fans appreciate all the hard work you've done. Now go get some rest and good luck.